Hi, and welcome to a FaciliTopic presentation. My name is Steve Martins, and over the next 10 minutes, I'm going to share with you some ideas about relationship management in the field of facilities management. Before I begin, I would like to tell you a little bit about myself and my past in FM. I'm a young professional in the field of facilities management with 5 years experience and currently work for SAP, a software technology company based out of Germany with North America headquarters in Newtown Square. I oversee all the capital projects and some operational management for that headquarters building. I graduated from Temple University with my Bachelor's of Science in Facilities Management. Right after graduation, I had 3 job offers lined up, and that just goes to show how important FM is to companies right now. I worked at Comcast for the first 3 years of my career, starting in the operational side and transitioning to the projects and space management side shortly thereafter. I recently achieved my Sustainable Facilities Professional Certification, SFP for short, and also I have my Facilities Management Professional Certification, FMP for short. I absolutely love my job and what it traded in for the world. You never know what challenges each day is going to bring in FM, and you always have to be on your toes and ready to problem solve. Now, I will start to go into relationship management in the field of FM. As I begin talking, I want to note that the discussion of relationship management can vary considerably depending on your industry, organization, or application. Relationship management is defined as the supervision and maintenance of relationships between a company and its external partners, especially its clients. As we go deeper into our topic, I will be showcasing how this relates to FM, who the services is typically supporting, what it really means, how organizations typically structure this, and we'll briefly go into contracts, measuring satisfaction with key performance indicators and metrics. First, we will talk about relationship management and how it relates to FM. There are 11 core competencies in FM, and I believe this topic touches almost all, but 5 in particular. Business and finance from a contractual and budgeting standpoint, communications and having to consistently talk and listen to employees and other end users, occupancy and human factors with space management and knowing what type of amenities your users want, performance and quality and consistently adapting and improving the services that you provide, and then last, facilities information management and technology management, where you're showcasing the best software for room booking, space management, asset tagging, and ticket creation. Now you may be asking, who are these services supporting? I typically break it down into 4 groups. The first group is the employees of the company. They're usually the largest of the 4 groups and the ones that need consistent support. They may be in for a couple days a week, so you want to provide services that support them daily. For example, fitness centers, food service, parking, thermal and acoustic comfort. The second group is customers. Now that can be public customers or visitors depending on the company that you work for. An example, I have over 18,000 SAP visitors on-site at our location yearly. You could also be a retail store that has customers come in daily where you're assisting them and feeling comfortable while they're purchasing and buying items. We want to provide them both with a top-notch experience so they can feel great about doing business with us. This ranges from making them feel safe, comfortable, in a clean and sanitized environment, and also making sure they feel important when they arrive. The next group is the executive leadership group, also known as senior management. They're typically the leaders of the company, helping with financials, change management, and so much more. Managing this relationship well is often the key to getting approval for funding for important facilities needs. The goal of a facilities manager is to work in tandem with senior leadership and understand their objectives, growth, and best fit with their workforce. The last group is typically the vendors you manage, from architects, designers, engineers, and trades. These are usually your subject matter experts that can help you stay up to date with the latest technology and trends. These group members typically are your responsibility to maintain, since they most likely report in you. You handle them a little differently since you work with them together as team members. But regardless of the group, FM always needs to be the point person for users to go to when there's an issue or request. It is critical that you build a great rapport with everyone in the building. They need to respect and listen to you, and you need to listen to them. We'll now go into occupant services. Occupant services are where we'll go into a deeper dive into relationship management. There are typically 2 ways facilities teams are hired into a building/company. The first one is to be an in-house team member. For example, my company is SAP and I work for them direct. The second option is to be outsourced, where you typically work for a facilities consulting company and are hired on as a contractor to support the building and the people in that building. Regardless of which way you're hired, the services supplied are usually the same. The FM is typically responsible for food service, mailroom and shipping and receiving, maintenance and tickets, space management, and janitorial. These are just some of the services we provide depending on the location and size. Let's take maintenance and tickets as a category and review how that supports relationships and people in the office. The facilities team is responsible for maintaining and upkeep of heating and cooling equipment in the building, which controls the temperature and allows for your employees, customers, and your leadership team to be comfortable to perform at their best. If something is to go wrong, there's usually a way for people to create a facilities ticket that gets assigned to a team member, which they will repair in a timely fashion. Maintenance in a building is a very broad topic that just scratches the surface. They're responsible for lighting, snow removal, temperatures, building backups in case of emergency, and so much more. The entire Occupant Services department typically all work together in tandem behind the scenes. For example, so you recently had another group of 50 people move from one location of your building to another. That space management team needs to connect with the mailroom team to make sure that the items are appropriately relocated, the janitorial team to make sure that the new and old space are sanitized, as well as communicating with the employees to make sure they are satisfied. These are just some of the ways we support relationships and Occupant Services in our buildings. And you may be asking, how does this typically get approved financially? If this is outsourced, it is typically easier to create one contract that oversees all of these services. Since FM did not go to school for financial legal review, they typically have to partner with the company's financial team, legal team, and procurement team. They are typically the ones responsible for payment and contractual terms in the service agreement. The FM team will usually just create the request and confirm that all their items are taken into consideration and applied to the contract. The FM is responsible for tracking and budgeting side of the trades and architects and designers that support the building and the environment, but still work with procurement to get vendors like that on board. Now, after the contract is created, it typically lasts several years, and this is the most important part. You need to consistently review the satisfaction of these services for your customers, be it from a survey, kiosk, feedback station, etc. It is critical that people feel that they are being heard and that you improve and adapt these services year over year. The team I currently work with sends out to 3,000 people sending a survey quarterly, asking them how the FM team can improve and what new services they would like to see. We then spend time and review these requests to see what is and what is not feasible. We're now going to go into key performance indicators. Key performance indicators are defined as a measurable value that demonstrates how effectively a company is achieving key business objectives. Now, in that facilities management portion, it is measurement that is used to track a team's progress towards strategic goals. KPIs reveal performance data specific to team members and a department. These indicators also support the organization's overall goals and objectives. Organizations use KPIs at multiple levels to evaluate their success at reaching targets. High-level KPIs may focus on the overall performance of the business, while low-level KPIs may focus on processes in departments such as facilities. The facilities team needs to be able to set targets and measure the success of the department by reviewing what I think are the four main topics: objective, measurement, influence, and then time frame. An example could be if an organization has an overarching goal of increasing occupant satisfaction, a facilities department can contribute to this goal by setting the following sample KPIs: achieve an XY ratio of reactive and preventative tasks completed, maintain an average of X hours to complete a work order, reduce environmental stressors, an example, harsh lighting, excessive noise by X%, and then improve space utilization by X%. KPIs, along with reviewing metrics, is a critical part in improving the services you have in a building. Let's go back to the heating and cooling complaint with the maintenance ticket. Let's say this specific piece of equipment has caused an issue for a user for months, with minimal repairs and complaints being constant. This will show that the user satisfaction is down, but the FM team should have been able to address this by reviewing the tickets and assessing this quicker. Being able to assess the data and adapt and improve will always go a long way. People need to feel that they are being heard and listened to build that relationship. It is one of the key areas of facilities management and relationship management is listening to your users and making sure you continue to improve. But that should wrap up everything I have to say. Thank you for listening to this FaciliTopic on relationship management. FaciliTopics are short lessons on the facilities management industry intended to give you an overview of one topic. For more FaciliTopics or to learn more about FaciliTon, visit www.fmpipeline.org. This is Steve Martins, and thank you for joining me.